Daddies. Metal Daddies. Metal Daddies. Metal Daddies.
Welcome back to Death Metal Daddies. My name is Jeff,
Hi, I'm Silas.
and you're back with another week with us here at Death Metal Daddies. How you been, man?
Great.
How
How
are you
are you?
doing today? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How's your
I'm
week
doing good.
been?
Pretty good, man. Busy at work, yada yada. Um, it's been a week. Back to school. Got a guy I'm training at work. Work's taking kind of consuming a lot more mind space than usual because I'm kind of taking this dude in under my wing and showing him around the property that I've got to, maintain and stuff like that. So trying to get him squared away is just and making sure that I'm relaying all the important information to him about the place. It's just I don't know, a lot of pressure right now. But you know, it's going good. It's going awesome. The place is looking real sharp. So yeah, man, it's doing good, just busy, man. What about you?
Uh, actually, not a lot. Pretty much just not a lot. Just I went to Dan or Annie had her first softball games. It was a double header, so that was pretty much all of my Saturday
Oh,
morning.
that's cool.
Got all sunburnt. Uh, Finally got the tiny chickens and the tiny ducks all outside. They're in the run, slowly being integrated.
We
Um,
got mini geese at work. Like there's I guess a flock of geese. They like to shit all over the dock, and so like that's part of our duties, and we have to like go down there and spray it off every morning. But dude, it's just the last 3 days. It's been like we came in Monday, and it was like or 2 days, not 3 days, but so yesterday. Yeah, today's Tuesday. Yeah, okay, sorry. So Monday, we see the doc. We're like, oh damn, man, they really hit it hard. And then this morning we go in, and it's just like, oh my gosh, dude, it's like how many geese were here? Like they just annihilated, dude. They shit everywhere. We got jet ski docks, jet skis on the docks. They shit on the jet skis. I mean, if there's something there, they shit on it. I don't know what it is
hmm
about geese and where they're at, but yeah, they shit everywhere, man. And it's gross. It's
Yeah.
green. It's just like much. It's like their plant, obviously, but and we just wash it into the lake, and then hours later, people come down and swim in it. So
So you gonna get some of those geese and make them as pets?
no, it is cool, like just being around like so much nature there. Like, I guess I just kind of forget sometimes that like I'm just surrounded by it. Like we've been finding turtles left and right, crossing the roads, but then we've also found like two dead, and so we're driving in a community where the speed limit's 22 miles an hour, and it's like, how are you hitting turtles in a fucking 22 mile an hour zone? You know what I mean?
Well, they
You're
just kind of,
obviously
pop up and run right in front of you. I
Yeah,
didn't see
but
them
it's like,
coming.
right, yeah, exactly. I really think there's some asshole that's driving around. He's just like, dude, got him. You know,
He has
it's
a
like,
personalized license plate of Shredder. Fuck those turtles.
oh man, that'd be brutal. Yeah. Has like the Shredder helmet emblem as his like car thing.
Not today, Splitter.
Just drives around fucking up turtles all the time. I need tough tread on these tires.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the I've realized when it comes to birds and well, I don't know if it might just be my duck in general. So we have
Mm,
all the new ducks and chicks in this like run outside. They're closed off from everything else, but they're still like outside to slowly integrate them. But
mhm.
we also got the kids like a small like slip and slide, and a little mini pool, and Dan decided
Oh,
to
that's
like
fun.
decided to get one of these small little ducklings, see if they like the pool. They did like the pool. And the other ducks, the bigger ducks, because they've always been kind of circling around it, and I've always been kind of hesitant. As like, all right, what's their attitude? Are they wanting to get to those baby ducks to be like nurturing or whatever, or are they wanting to fucking kill them? We found
Oh
out.
shit.
We found out because the duckling was like swimming in the pond in the pool. Danny was kind of walking back to like go grab another, and I see this duck dart towards it, and sure enough, he was trying to fucking kill that baby duck.
Oh, oh
Danny
man.
went after him, and he had onto its head, and he was trying to.
Oh
I d
damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eventually
That's
we got him
brutal.
away. The baby duck's fine. Uh,
What?
and I'm glad.
Really? It
Yeah, it's
survived?
fine. It survived.
Wow. I was totally expecting you to just casually be like, baby duck died.
No, and luckily it didn't
Damn.
die because it's one of the cool looking ones. So it's all black, but it's starting to get its feathers to where it's black, but it has like I think it's called like a color bleed because it has like almost like a metallic green shine to the feathers.
Oh,
So it's gonna
that's
be
cool.
beautiful. But yeah, uh, so yeah, this my one male duck that's an adult is a fucking asshole.
Wow.
Because not only
Damn. So you
that,
just, is that like territorial or what?
I
Or
don't
just like,
know.
is that like a duck thing or?
I don't know if it's a duck thing or if it's an animal thing or what I don't know if it's maybe it's competition. He doesn't because he only has the one
Hmm.
female adult duck. He doesn't want maybe another male trying to take his girl from him.
Eliminating, yeah, eliminating those stud
Hmm.
potential.
Or even maybe it's just that he only wants his breed to
Mhm.
I don't know what it
Fuck
is.
your blood.
But yeah. He was all again, he's being an asshole. Yesterday one of my chickens started brooding, which means they just sit in one place and try to hatch the eggs, which isn't going to happen because there's no rooster. But anyway, she's brooding, won't move
Hmm.
from the spot, and he goes, and it's in the shed where we have all these pins, and he goes in there and just starts fucking with her. So I'm almost at a point where if all of our baby ducks grow up and we have too many drakes instead of hens, I would be perfectly fine with killing this adult duck because he's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I'm fine with killing this duck at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I would just, maybe let him go to the pond now. He can just be like the pond duck, right?
Well, him and the other adult duck go to the pond all the time, back and forth.
Hmm. So like, but I mean, I would just kick him out. Like, isn't this like or is this just, are they all loose now?
Yeah, they're all loose except
Okay.
for the tiny ducks. The tiny ducks and
Okay.
chickens are still in his run. I let the chickens and ducks just kind of free roam,
Mm,
but I have been chasing
but
the that duck a lot to almost like a punishment, scare the shit out of him, make him look like a little bitch
yeah.
in front of his girl.
Yeah. Just swatting at him and shit. Fuck you, man. Get the fuck out of here.
I have thrown some stuff at him. I miss him every time.
That's kind of even funnier.
Yeah,
I would get
yeah.
like a
That's
slingshot, dude.
I don't want to kill him because
I mean, yeah,
I
that
heard
might
of
kill him.
someone like they're annoyed at their rooster, so one day the rooster charged them, so he just kicked a 2x4 at him, and it sure enough hit him and killed him
Oh
instantly.
shit.
So it's one of those
Oh
things like
damn.
I want him to associate being a shithead with pain, but I don't want to kill him instantly because then what's the adult female gonna do? Fly away?
Yeah, I
She
don't
has no
know.
one.
I don't know if his duck brain's gonna really learn that, the punishment type thing. I don't know, man. I just think they're like too dinosaur-like to really have that emotional factor. You know what I mean? Whereas like
Yeah,
dogs, I feel like you really teach a dog, you know, right from wrong, and they get to where they can really know it. But ducks, I don't know. I feel like they're just like looking at you like, not
yeah, but
edible, not edible.
I think you can still train to where, like, not necessarily like right or wrong or like bad or good, but more of like, if I do this, this happens kind of thing. Because they've already associated when I come outside, it's feeding time. So
Mm,
like whenever I go outside, they all like come towards me and stuff. Um, so I think I can, if I can associate him pecking at or attacking the other birds and associated with pain, I feel like that could work,
Hmm.
but I can't really be out there at all times.
Maybe just get like a whip, dude. And just like every time, he does something bad, just crack that whip, see if he starts responding. I don't
Or
know.
even just have my big dog chase him.
Yeah, that would be cool too. Would the dog kill him though?
I think he probably could, but right now he's in playful mode because the duck actually chases him around.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
But I mean, he's a Saint Bernard mix, so he could if he wanted to, but I think he's just
Huh.
playing around.
Wow, that's wild. Yeah, see, like our dog Honey, she'll like play with a neighbor's cat, and like we have a cat, but our cat fucking hates Honey, dude. Like with a passion. She growls at her like left and right, like does not want to get near. And but Honey just like so bad, she'll like hop up on the couch, be wagging her tail like, she acts playful. But then the neighbor's cat, she'll actually get involved with Honey and interact, and they'll like kind of chase each other back and forth. But then like there's like Honey kind of gets to where she sticks up her hair, and she like just looks like she's slightly entering hunting mode, like where she's like, oh, I kind of want to kill this thing, but I don't know. But like the cat fights back so much that, I think it kind of reminds her that, it could fuck her up. But I don't know, dude, Honey's got some killer instincts, man. She's killed so many birds out of our yard because I got a bird feeder, so it's kind of like, you know, like leading them to their death. But she doesn't snatch them all, obviously. But dude, she's a crazy like pest control dog. She's got rid of our mole problem. I had craters in the yard from it, but dude, she annihilated moles. Don't have any more mole issues. Um, I want like a rabbit. Rabbits have started coming back to the yard. And one day, all the kids were like at the window. I was like, "Oh, look, rabbits out there!" Like, "Oh, I want to see." And they like run up to it, and then they go to like the door window though, and they just crack it open, and Honey's there, and she just and like sees this rabbit, dude, gone, just on it. Thankfully, the rabbit like beelined right into the woods, and I think she lost it in the woods. So I just instantly started calling her. I was like, "Oh my God!" And so she came back, but. Man, yeah, she's crazy fast. It's nuts. I don't know. I went off a tangent there. I don't really know where I got started.
You're good. I mean, my cat kind of does the same thing with birds. Uh, because I think we've seen her kill one bird in front of us when we were having dinner outside, just a kind of a show and a dinner show kind of thing. But I
Yeah.
have been finding random dead birds. She doesn't eat them; she just does it for sport. And she's very much the same way with the dogs, with the whole like doesn't want to get near them, shrieks at them,
Uh-huh.
and she's kind of an asshole to Maylene, who's blind, because Maylene will
Oh,
just be walking and is like, "Oh, you're in my area," and just scratch her.
oh, damn. It's probably how she went blind. Isn't Maylene like a pug?
She's a Boston Terrier, pretty much, but it wasn't from scratching. She has like very glassy eyes, so I
Oh
think she's
shit.
just getting old, and I'm
That
pretty sure
sucks.
she's getting deaf too.
Oh
So she's
wow.
just in
Double
a
whammy.
wheel, yeah, just in a world of feeling around. Uh, yeah, she's getting to that age.
Helen Keller.
Yeah, water, Maylene, water.
Um,
But
damn, what was I
anyways,
gonna say? Oh, don't pugs have like bad, don't they go blind? Am I
I
remembering
I
that right?
I don't know if they might go blind. I know they can lose eyes pretty quickly though, because I know of some. I had an ex whose dad had a pug with one eye because the cat scratched out the other one because they're
Yeah,
just bulging.
yeah, like bulging and stuff. So like they susceptible to so many issues.
Yeah,
But yeah, anyways, well,
yeah,
um, I think you were talking about, yeah, releasing your dog on the duck. So
yeah,
yeah, a whole
yeah,
duck. Yeah,
yeah.
man, I don't know. I just maybe if he wants to be an asshole, drive him far away and and just release him. It'd be crazy if he like flies back though.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think I think the ducks that people typically buy, they're bred to where their wings can't actually make them fully fly away, kind of thing.
Oh,
If I remember hearing that correctly or reading it correctly.
they'll just do like short distances.
Yeah, they pretty much fly the same like chickens. Like they'll fly up to about my height and like maybe 20 feet, but they won't like go up in the sky and like fly south for the winter or anything like that.
Hmm. Yeah, I've always wondered that. Yeah, I don't really promote dropping off animals either. That's definitely a dick move.
Yeah,
But I mean, if the
he could
duck's that
always
bad,
wander. I mean, where I live, he can just wander onto a farm where there's already
yeah,
other
true.
birds.
Yeah,
So then he's someone else's asshole duck.
yeah.
But yeah. Oh, and I forgot to. I was thinking about it after the episode last week. Um, and it's not that big of a deal, but I wanted to bring it up because it's a song we had talked about. A song I forgot to bring up that Mastodon played that I never heard him play before, and it
Oh,
was super exciting. I Am Ahab.
oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's awesome. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. They had the that because they had the videos behind them, and it was kind of like that green, kind of like the Flood of Tritons, kind of green, but more darker. Sea at or ship at sea, all crazy storms. Awesome. Yeah,
I
I've
know it. I'm
it's
gonna.
that. Bam, 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 do, 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 bam,
Oh yeah.
bam,
Dun,
bam,
dun, dun,
bam,
dun, dun,
bam.
dun, 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 dun. Oh, that would have been badass, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's such a good one. What album is that on?
that's Leviathan.
Oh yeah, okay. Dun, 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 dun. That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Other than that,
So did you say, I also can't remember, but did you say that they kind of skipped the songs where Brent Hines prominently sings?
yeah, I can't. So they played. Actually, I can probably look it up real quick because I can't do it all off memory.
Like I'm guessing they didn't do Oblivion.
No, they only played one
Oh.
song from that album, and it was "Ghost of Corellia."
Hmm. Oh wow.
And someone even had a phone to where it just said they held it up and it just said Oblivion, please. But
Huh.
they didn't play it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mastodon.
dude, who's gonna fucking sing that part? His like such a prominent vocal in that one.
Mm-hmm.
And a good ass vocal, dude. I love the way he sings in that song. So damn good. Round, round, way, 'cause I've been way
Way
too
too
long.
long.
It's like I never expected him to have like a soothing kind of gruff. It's like a bluesy style, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Almost.
Yeah.
It's really
And
good.
it's but such a weird, almost kind of a nasally too with it. I've been
Yeah,
away too
yeah.
long.
But it's like a good nasal, you know?
Yeah.
Ah, I
Here we
love it.
go. So they played Tread Lightly, Ghost of Corellia, The Motherlode, The Crux, Pushing
Hmm.
the Tide, Pain with an Anchor, Crystal Skull, Black Tongue, I Am Ahab,
Oh, Black Tongue would have
Megalodon,
been cool.
Ember City, More Than I Could Chew, All the Heavy Lifting, Spectre Light, Mother Puncher, Steam Breather, and Blood and Thunder.
Damn, that's awesome. God, they've been ending with Blood and Thunder for 40 years now, probably.
Yeah, I mean it's their best
That
song.
I
Well, it's their
know.
biggest.
Yeah. I don't. I think every time I've seen Mastodon, I think that's what they've ended with.
Yeah. Although there was one time I didn't go to the show, but I looked at the set list after when they went to play in Camdenton. It was on that
Oh,
Emperor of Sand tour. They
yeah. I
didn't.
really wanted to. Oh, really? They
They
didn't
played.
play it at all?
They pretty much only played new music. They didn't play pretty much anything from their
Oh.
like old stuff. It was mostly all of Emperor of Sand and a little bit of like Once More on the Sun.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I would have liked that because I didn't really care about that Emperor Sand album.
It was okay. It's grown on me more, but I mean, yeah. If you go to see
Yeah.
Mastodon, you want to see the classics. So just
Right.
playing new stuff isn't really gonna make me want to buy a ticket.
The very first time I ever seen them was, gosh, I want to say like around 2007. It was like a Family Values tour. I- I'm either getting that mixed up with like Mayhem Fest, but I don't think they ever did Mayhem Fest.
I think they did. I
Oh,
think it would have been like 2007.
oh shit. Well,
Or
maybe
like
that was it.
the very first one.
Oh yeah, with Dragon Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So that yeah, this was that one then. So yeah, anyways, they were on the main stage, but they were the first band on the main stage. So they still played at like, I don't know, 6:30 or something. It was a pretty early set and not a very long set. Like I want to say they only played like 5 or 6 songs maybe, but they ended with March of the Fire Ants. That was
Mm.
badass, dude. That
That'd
was
be
a
cool to
gold
see.
moment for me because that I fucking love that song, dude.
Hmm.
So that was I just remember that being so epic. And then Dragon Force came on and or maybe Dragon Force I don't know. Yeah, I think Dragon Force was after Mastodon. Maybe. But it was, in their prime with Through the Fire and the Flames. But dude, that crowd was so dead, like hardly anyone had showed up by that point. And so like there really wasn't a whole lot of response to Dragon Force like in between the songs. And he'd be like, "Come on, get up. Oh, you fucking assholes." I'm like, what? That dude was literally cursing the crowd. And it was like it just wasn't good. It didn't work in his favor. Like he didn't get a bigger response at all. And like I think the applause like got quieter after every song. It was unfortunate, but I mean they played good, but yeah, he was just very demanding of the crowd, and it didn't. I just remember it not working and not looking good. But good times. I got to look up that set though, because I can't remember if Dragon Force was after. That is crazy though. That's such a good song though, Through the Fire and the Flames.
It's been a long time since I've listened to it.
It is really a badass song, man. Like it was in one of the kids' movies they had on the other day, so I had to like look up the video, and I just sat and watched the video, like 'cause I hadn't seen it in a while. And the video was really kind of cool too because on their dueling solo parts, like they have like the solo cam, and they're like going back and forth and shit, and it's I don't know, it's pretty sweet. But let's see, first Mayhem Fest. Yeah, so it was Marilyn Manson, Slayer, Killswitch Engage, and Bullet for My Valentine. And
Wait, was that
no,
the? I want to say that was
that,
the year after the first one.
yeah. Well, I don't know what's bringing that one up. Yeah, it says that one was 2008. Oh, here we go. So this one, I don't know. I can't get a year on it, but Slipknot and Disturbed.
Hmm.
And then, yeah, Dragon Force, Mastodon, Under Oath, Machine Head. And then, so I don't know if this was the first or not. Or was it? You said? Yeah?
Yeah, it is. I'm just looking on Wikipedia, and yeah, it's the very first one.
Okay, yeah. Um, but yeah, dude, so yeah, Mastodon and a killer set and then Dragon Force and it was just yeah, not great, but I don't know. And then Disturbed.
How was that? Did you get down with the sickness?
Uh yeah, I don't know. I think I was exiting the sickness at that time. So I was like, yeah, this is lame. But I mean, they put on a good performance, you know. It's they had this really intricate like stage setup. You could just tell it was a big production. Like he walks down on this like pyramid triangle thing. I don't know. I I I wasn't crazy into it at the time. But then Slipknot headlined, I thought was really cool. But I was with some family members who were wanting to get out of there pretty early, so we kind of left midway through Slipknot. And that was right around, I want to say Psychosocial, that album, All
Mm.
Hope Is Gone. So I was like, that's okay. Because I think I had seen Slipknot before, and it was a absolutely badass show with Trivium and Coheed and Cambria. Weird lineup, but really fun one.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, that second show is when Mayhem, or the second one, I guess, is when Mayhem Fest got real, like super
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah, because I
Because
remember
that's
that
when
was the
they,
year they had a stacked lineup and I really want to go.
dude, for
Had like
sure.
Job for a Cowboy, Black Dahlia Murder, I want to say Behemoth. Let me look at
Yeah,
this real.
yeah, I gotta look that up too.
Yeah, and Slayer, Cannibal Corpse, Job for a Cowboy, Behemoth, Black Dahlia Murder, and Whitechapel.
Yeah, dude, like that is some epic bands. Damn, I think I skipped Cannibal Corpse. I had a chance to see him at that one, and I skipped Cannibal Corpse. I remember now. I definitely saw Whitechapel, Black Dahlia Murder, Behemoth, and Job for a Cowboy. But then I think we went to the main stage because I think Cannibal Corpse and Bullet for My Valentine played at the same time. But I
Hmm.
think we went to go see Killswitch Engage, maybe? I don't know. Or maybe All That Remains in Trivium. I remember watching their sets too, so I don't know. They had two stages like kind of right next to each other. Man, it was so long ago, dude. That was a fun one though.
We're getting old.
Yep. Back in the old days.
But the opposite of old. Do you want to start getting into some of these new musics?
Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah.
We
New,
kind
new,
of
new.
went all over the place there.
Yeah.
What are you guys listening to?
Weekly playlist.
Weekly playlist. Weekly playlist. Weekly.
New, 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 new music, music. Um,
What are you listening to?
I don't know about you, but so I've been kind of in a funk when it comes to listening to our new music in the past couple
Mm-hmm.
weeks, but I feel like this playlist has kind of broken that funk because there's a lot of albums I really loved on this playlist.
Yeah.
Um, but before
Yeah,
we
I
even get
definitely
in,
got into this playlist more than I have the couple previous ones.
yeah, this
Which,
is
I
what,
think is it's just gonna happen. It's just,
yeah, yeah. So I probably do need to go back to some of those other older playlists, but this one, I've been listening to a lot. But first, before we get into the albums, let's get into some of these singles because the singles also do not disappoint.
hmm.
Uh, First single we have up is the song called Non-Existence by a band who we uh have I feel like we've all kind of grown up with this band if everyone's our age or close to it. And that is the awesome Abigail Williams
Hmm.
coming back with their what is this their sixth album?
Oh, probably I'd say seven. Hang on. Let's add it real quick. I'm right here, Spotify. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right, six. I'm an idiot.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, because I want to say, because I got into them about their third album. That's when I really started liking them.
Hmm. Man,
Um,
they got a great discography, dude.
yeah. I don't know. I can't. I still have my comfort zone when it comes to them. I really love the Becoming album and the Accuser. Everything else, though, is because they do kind of change a little bit with every album. Every album has a little bit of
Oh,
a different
sure.
vibe. But with that, I'm kind of digging the vibe off this new one. Um, it kind of feels like somewhere between Becoming and some of their older stuff. Because it feels like there's a lot going on. I kind of didn't really like their previous one. What's the most pre one? Is it In the Absence of Light or
No,
what's that most?
Walk Beyond the Dark.
That's it. I wasn't
Yeah.
too into that one, but this one I'm liking the vibe a lot better. What did you think of this one?
Dude, I loved it, man. It was like it's kind of short for Abigail
Hmm.
Williams, which I thought was interesting, but I think it's a great choice, dude. Like you have so many of these 7, 8 minute long black metal epics, and this band is a black metal. It's like they have an epic vibe to them, I feel like. But to capture that epic feel, like just the same as they always have done, but in 4 minutes, I think is very cool, very badass. And
Hmm.
that's exactly what they do, man. I mean, it really gives me vibes of like the becoming epicness, which I loved.
Hmm.
And it brought me back to that kind of album. But this is like it's a slower feel. It's not super fast paced. I just felt it's like really easy listening for the genre that it is, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, it is more accessible, and I do appreciate it's a lot shorter because I do feel like that was kind of my issue with the previous one because getting into Becoming, like it was an awesome album, but the songs are long. So it's one of those
To
things like
ride.
once you start trying other new songs, if it's that long, it's like, am I gonna get the same payoff? Because like it was a great payoff on Becoming, but I don't know if I'm
Yeah,
gonna get the same payoff to where this, like, I'll know if it's a payoff in 4 minutes. So
yeah,
it's awesome. I'm glad they're doing it this way. Excited for the new album with
for
this
sure.
Elrond Cantor artwork as
Oh
well.
yeah. Yeah, also, yeah, banger artwork, dude. Like I love the cover. I think just for the single you only get part of the cover, but isn't it like a bunch of people watching the hanging or something like
Yeah, I
that?
want to say that is right. That there is a
Yeah,
bunch of people watching.
that's awesome. So cool, man.
Yeah. Check out Non-Existence by Abigail Williams. And if you can, I don't know if it's on their Spotify, if you can, pre-save their new album coming out soon-ish.
Faux show. I think there's a
Um,
release date, like June or something.
okay, so it's just next month, right around the corner. It's coming up.
Mm.
You're gonna be excited to talk about this next single, though, because up next, we're talking about Malicious Needs by the
Mm.
almighty Cryptopsy, second single leading up to An Insatiable Violence. Um,
Yes, dude.
this was a banger, and it's
Yeah.
uh weirdly enough, it's a little long, but if you
I
listen to this, it almost feels like they almost have given you two songs at once because of the whole it's super fast, typical Cryptopsy, then about the 3.5 minute mark. It almost stops and then almost brings in almost a completely new song.
yeah.
This was a crushing and awesome song. What was your thoughts on this?
Yeah, dude. This band, I don't know. They are one of my favorite newer sounds in metal, I think, and they've been around for a very long time, but I just think that they are capturing so much of my attention just with their badassery, dude. Like
Hmm.
they're so intense. I love the vocals and how he takes his unexpected turns. Like between the growls and the highs. And yeah, dude, this song does kind of have like a two-song feel because the I felt like the ending to it, or like that, the whole different pace part, it just feels so unlike Cryptopsy. But
Hmm.
I think it works, they did like kind of like an epic almost break moment. It's I don't know. I thought it was pretty sweet though. Yeah. I
Hmm.
definitely dig it, man. I'm looking forward to
Hell
this
yeah.
album for sure.
Yes. It's gonna be exciting. That's the new single Malicious Needs by Cryptopsy leading up to their new album An Insatiable Violence. Pre-save it or even pre-order if you like. Check it out. Um,
Oh
Up
yeah.
next, we have the first official single by the probably the biggest band besides Sleep Token, the biggest metal band right now in the metal community, and that is Lorna Shore releasing their new single Oblivion for their upcoming album. The I think it's called The Everblack is Festering Inside Me or something along those lines. But
Mm.
this is the
Yeah.
new single from that. Um, it was good.
Another Illa Rain Cantor cover, right?
Is it?
I want to say, um, no, I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Does it
I
say who it
thought
is?
I thought possibly, but I I don't know. Let me go look. I feel the ever black festering within me.
That's it.
No, I don't think it is Ella Cantor. It probably would have
S-
been cooler if it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like this song. There's a lot of so when it comes to Lorna Shore, I feel like at this point, what would best suit them, in my opinion, is to they have a lot going great for them. I think if they actually just stuck as just being a progressive blackened death metal band and dropped the core, like
Hmm.
drop the breakdowns, I think this band would be absolutely perfect. But for me, at this point, I feel like the breakdowns are like because it's their music at this point with this song, it's very epic, very awesome, and then it feels like it gets kind of dumbed down a little bit once the breakdown just randomly pops in. That's my
Hmm.
only gripe with this. I do think it's a great song, but I'm just a little tight at this point. I don't feel like there's a need for the breakdowns anymore. What's your thoughts on this song?
Um, I don't know, man. They're kind of one-laning themselves in my mind, which is kind of crazy to say because they do so much different shit. Like, and I don't even know if it's that. I don't know that they really do that much different shit. They really don't, but they just capture so many different vibes, I guess, they have a massive sound. But it's so tied to the synths, the symphonics, and it's just so symphonic ridden, dude. I almost want to hear a dumbed down version of this band anymore.
Hmm.
Like, I get it, you guys are fast, you're crazy, you're epic. Insane vocalists all over the place, but like I kind of like give me some kind of caveman roots of that. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Just give me some dumb shit. Like, and I think I'd honestly like it more, really, because like it's just like I don't know, man. I feel like it's overwhelming whenever it comes
Yeah.
on. And then the interesting part of this is like I heard this in the playlist and I wasn't really paying attention to titles or where I could look at it. And I was like, huh, this band kind of sounds like Lorna Shore. But and then yeah, I found out it's Lorna Shore, but that's almost the problem in itself is just like I can't even pinpoint Lorna Shore, but they've yet captured this wide net of bands that all kind of sound like Lorna Shore bands. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And the
Yeah.
problem is I can get all those mixed up and think that, I don't know. You could tell me that one's another one, and I'd be like, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But,
I gotcha.
I don't know. I think it's interesting, but I hate bitching about them so much. They're talented for sure. I mean, they undoubtedly are. The dudes can play crazy as hell. Like he's got crazy guitar leads, crazy riffage, crazy vocals, crazy drumming. It's all crazy, but it's like I just almost kind of need it like dumbed down. But
Yeah.
yeah, whatever.
I gotcha. Yeah, that's the new single Oblivion by Lorna Shore, leading up to their new album. Also, they semi-metal news. They've announced a headlining tour in promotion of this new album, with obviously them headlining, but um, Black Dahlia Murder, Shadow of Intent, and a wild card,
Yeah,
Peeling Flesh.
yeah, dude. Talk about a badass lineup.
Yeah, I've already marked it. Me and Danny got a calendar to where we can actually plan things out better, and I already
Oh,
put Lorna
nice.
Shore on there.
Hell
Because
yeah.
I do want to go to that show. I debated on buying it during the pre-sale because I feel like it's going to sell out. Because also
Yeah.
the album just got announced like the day this song came out, and all 2,000 uh copies of their vinyl sold out. They had three variants, all sold out like
Holy
middle of the
shit.
day. I'm pretty sure it sold out a lot before, but yeah,
Damn. That
that
is
makes me
insane.
worried about tickets to the show, about being able to get it in time. So, because it's at the factory.
Damn, dude. That would be so sick.
Hmm.
Peeling flesh. Holy shit, man.
Hmm.
Damn, that's awesome.
I do feel like
Yeah, man,
Peeling Flesh
I
is the
feel like,
biggest wild card.
yeah, I know. But I love to see them climbing on stacked tours like this. I
Yeah.
feel like at this point, those dudes have not made a stop at home at all. Like,
Hmm.
it seems like they have just been fucking non-stop running around the world, man. That's
Yeah,
cool though.
gotta strike when the iron's hot.
For sure. For sure. They're definitely making the right moves, I think.
Hmm. But yeah, moving on down to pretty much the same tour, we got Shadow Intent with their new single, Infinity of Horrors. What
Mm.
was your thoughts on this single?
Uh, I dig. I definitely, this is another band that's really catching my interest, especially for this album in particular. Like the other ones, I think they're good, but this is kind of my favorite era of this band. Like,
Hmm.
and just an insane vocalist, man. I love his tone, his speed that he can deliver, and how he can capture both that and the tone at the same time is just fucking crazy impressive to me, man. So
Hmm.
nuts. Crazy vocalist, man. Um, yeah, definitely dig it. Looking forward to this album for sure. And I actually keep going back to the previous single,
Yeah.
King the Meat Grinder. I've jammed that several times since its release, man. It's a fucking banger.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
I
I
love this thing that they're doing. They're like they got this weird like deep ambient synth that they like kind of they've used it in the last single, they used it in this one, but the last single it's actually in the ending breakdown when he does his like really deep one, but they do it at the same time and it almost transforms his vocal into like a deep synth tone. It's fucking wild, man. It's so cool. They like utilize it so perfectly. It sounds so sick to me.
hell yeah. Yeah, I did very much enjoy this, and like you said, I've never been super into Shadow Intent. I did like the Melancholy album, but I didn't like Elegy that much. And also, in all honesty, I didn't like the very first single off this album, the Flying the Black Flag or whatever. Because I
Oh
even went
yeah.
back to that today, and it's like, it's okay. But really, the previous single and this single has really kind of gotten me excited about this new Shadow Intent. I'm liking what they're doing. It's all clicking right. It's it is deathcore, but it's one of those ones where you don't care. Uh it's not cookie cutter. It's very just awesome, deathy awesomeness, and I'm very much
Yeah.
enjoying this.
Yeah. Me dig.
But yeah, that is Infinity of Horrors from Shadow of Intent. Check it out, pre-order, or go see him live with Lorna Shore later this fall. But yeah, up next on singles, we have one last single. That is the new song "New Best Friend" by Dead Guy. Which I'm excited about that Dead Guy's back. I'm glad that they're coming out with new music. I liked the previous single. I'm gonna say this one I was not a big fan of. If anyone else has listened to Dead Guy before, imagine this song is kind of like their old song, Die With Your Mask On, that slowness, but not as good as that song. I don't know. That's just my feeling on this one. Kind of a dud. What's your thoughts on this song?
I listened to it. I'm not really familiar with the band, and this didn't really stick with me.
Hmm.
I didn't really, um, yeah, I don't know. Not really the vibes I was um, trying to check out that day.
Understandable. Yeah, it's Dead Guy's good, but and they do these like slower songs from time to time, but I feel like this is probably the lower end when it comes to their slow songs. So they have better songs. Hopefully, this new album was gonna be kind of like their first single. So, but yeah, that's New Best Friend by Dead Guy. Check it out. So that is it for the singles. Are you ready to start talking about full length albums?
Show, both show.
Hell yeah. So, what is your favorite album of this week?
Hmm. Favorites would probably. I'll say this. I was more excited about the singles than I am albums, surprisingly.
Really?
But yeah, there was some good ones though. But I think that my top pick would be Larcenia Row to a
Extraction
point. Yeah.
to a
Like
point?
I think I want to really like this, but I feel like I can only handle so much. And then I kind of need a vibe change, you know? I don't know. I think I'm getting old is my problem. But no, I dig it, man. But listening to this, it almost scares me. It's kind of anxiety ridden. It kind of fuels anxiety for me. So, but with that being said, it's brutal as hell. It just crazy. Like going from this to listening to Shadow of Intent, I was like, wow, like what a difference. You know what I mean? Like these guys are just so like extreme intense, you know? I don't know. I don't know really how to explain it, but they are just chaotic, nutty deathcore. You know, it's weird. What do you think of it?
So this is probably my second favorite album of this week. And probably second most listened to this week. I genuinely love this album. This was
Hmm.
awesome. And it made me think of, I heard someone once say when it came to Primitive Man that that's it. Primitive Man is one. Everyone needs to stop trying to be the heaviest band because Primitive Man is now the heaviest band and no one will ever beat
Hmm.
them. I feel like Larcinia Row is that when it comes to deathcore bands trying to get heavier and deeper. Larcenia Row has done it, and you
Yeah,
can't beat them if you're going to play deathcore. Because this
well put.
is uh, just the lowest. So it's the probably some of the lowest I've heard, but also the highs. I thought
You're the
almost started
highest.
thinking. I almost think I for the longest time I thought, so is this actually Alex Kohler's like new band or something? But apparently he's actually featured in a song. But the guy's highs sound like old like Desolation of Eden, Alex Kohler highs.
Hmm.
Um, this was a sick album. Top songs probably going to be Carolina Crowd Killer, Lip Split, which I want to say starts off with that funny recorder who that I thought was playing Hot Cross Buns at the beginning. Um, yes, then there's Sickly Sweet, uh, Flesh and Brine, and then ending with Lullaby. This was an awesome fucking album. I'm excited. And also, I was seeing, I guess this lead singer is also now the new lead singer of Sinestra.
I don't know if I'm familiar with them.
They're the ones we did one of their singles. They did the split with Disembodied Tyrant. They're pretty much Disembodied Tyrant,
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
which I feel like his
Interesting.
vocals fits perfectly with that vibe. So,
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that is what's interesting is there's I'd say Disembodied Tyrant's kind of the crossover. They have like the symphonic shit, but they also do very much this kind of chaos stop start stuff, you know,
hmm
that this band's doing. But yeah, man, like heavy is like so light of a word for this band. I don't know. They are like just they're very eerie. Like they have a
Very
very
grimy,
eerie,
dingy feel.
yeah, yeah, for real. Like even during the breakdowns, like how they have like the keys, it's like the off-tone keys. It's like dee dee dee, or I don't know. It's just like very off-putting, and it just makes you feel like ugh, you know. But it's very kind of appealing for that same reason. I don't know. It's weird.
And there's a lot of like all of a sudden stops. Like there's a lot of times where I thought I was listening to it and I thought my phone just lost signal, but apparently it's just part of the song. They just
Well, and
all of a
then
sudden
there's the
stops.
yeah, there's one song that like I'm just like, oh, that song ended. And then it's just all it is a ridiculous like 8 second pause of nothing. And it's just dun, 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 dun. And then like the ridiculous super, you know, uber high or low, or maybe both, just and then just stops and then dun dun dun. I was like, God damn, dude. How many times are you guys gonna do this to me? It's so crazy. Uh,
But I feel
ridiculous
like
band, man.
I don't know about you, but I feel like this whole playlist, when it comes to these everything, I feel like this playlist kind of has a theme to where everything in this playlist is some form of crazy extreme at some point. Uh, because this is one of those. My other favorite album is also crazy in some way. I feel like Gut Wrecked Me. I was getting a lot of vibe from this as well. Shadow of Intense vocals. There would be times where the vocals would sometimes remind me of, at least when he did the super lows, how he
Mm-hmm.
sounds some of his words. But yeah, Larcenia Roe, their craziness comes from all around. Both the song structures are just a random stoppage and weird stuff, and just the crazy ass vocals. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I
yeah.
heard a review highlighting the vocal acrobatics, and that's a really great way to put this. Um, explain this album is that's exactly what it is. Like the dude's just fucking acrobating all over the place.
hmm
And I gotta see it live, dude. I gotta
Oh
hear
yeah.
that. You know, that's absolutely insane.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
And it sounds like the crowd would get stupid. Like it
Oh
sounds
yeah.
like I would probably get punched in the face at this show.
This this reminds me of like when we were younger and we probably found Oceano for the first time. Like that was like
Yeah.
felt like the super heavy stuff. Like, oh, I bet their shows are scary. This is that feeling all over again, but now we're in our 30s.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Scary.
Yeah.
Scary sound and a scary cover to match.
Oh yeah.
I feel like,
Even
oh,
this.
that's the relation I wanted to make is like, okay, so this cover really gives me Saw vibes. That's
hmm
exactly what they kind of sound like too. Like they sound like you're in the movie Saw and you're trapped, and this is the soundtrack that you hear while you try to escape or solve whatever game that's trying
hmm
to kill you is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the music starts as you start dying, you know?
Well, also, I think the whole album art, like even just like the dried blood on the guy's face, the metal and the wires, I think that's a perfect vibe for what's this sound is. It's just grimy,
Hmm.
dingy, dirty, like uh or even like what's that famous horror not horror, but haunted house, the one where they are legally allowed to torture you, something manor.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
is what it
yeah.
reminds me of.
Yeah, for real. It definitely gives me those vibes. I could
hmm
definitely see that.
Yeah, that is Larcinia Rose. I guess second, or is this their debut? I don't know. But their new album, Extraction. Check it out. It's fucking awesome.
It is brutal, man.
Yeah.
Brutal as hell.
So my favorite album is going to be something we've been kind of building up towards. We've been reviewing a lot of the singles from this, and that is the new album, I Don't Want to See You in Heaven by the Callous Daoboys.
Hmm. Interesting.
I love this album so much. Um,
Really? Wow.
I do. I
Okay.
do. It's
It's a turn
even
from your singles.
yeah, so the first two singles they released were fucking awesome. I still love Two-Headed Trout. That's still one of my probably my favorite songs off this album because it's just so catchy. The Demon of Unreality limping like a dog, awesome. But their previous two singles have not been good, like Lemon and Distracted by the Mona Lisa. But in the context of the album and just the whole album itself, I love this album. It starts off great. This is a good composition of like all their mathcore stuff they do. So there's heavy breakdowns, very weird mathy stuff, even sometimes a little bit of the Amur like bam, 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 bam stuff they do throughout. But yeah, I would say combine Dillinger Escape Plan, I Wrestled a Bear Once with some Ymir. And that would be the Callous Daoboys. Starts off with Schizophrenia Legacy, which starts off heavy but gets a little bit more pop punkish as the song continues. But then you got Full Moon Guidance, Two-Headed Trout, and then an awesome song, Tears on Lambo Leather, which features the vocalist from Orthodox with he kicks in and it's right away that's the guest vocalist sounds sick as shit.
That's
But that
awesome.
one thing about this band that I love and is highlighted in this song is them being able to be funny in just random spots. Like all the music stops and I have never been more erect, and then the music comes back in. Um, then also
That's
you have the
awesome.
demon of unreality limping like a dog with the oh whoa whoa at at the peak of the breakdown, and then which leads which is near the end of the song, but then the next song, Idiot Temptation Force, starts off with his own funny bit, which I played it in the car, and the rest of that night, because my kids were in the car, the rest of that night, the kids kept saying it over and over again because they thought it was hilarious, which was agagaboo, boo ga. And it was almost like this caveman discovering fire at the beginning of the song.
That's awesome.
You got Douchebag Safari, and then you have this long epic song, country song in reverse. This is an awesome album. I love it. This will probably be on my
I
album of
just listened. I just
which
listened to the Idiot Temptation Force. It's pretty good. That's pretty damn hilarious.
I got boo boo gaga.
That just gets fucking crazy instantly. That's awesome. That is great, man. Wow. I'm gonna have to listen to this album because I actually skipped this one because I was like, Jeff said it sucked. So
I
I just
recommend it.
I moved over. But
It is all over the place because guitars kind of wrote a thing on it. It's uh like it's we're a metalcore mathcore band. This is our third album, so of course we all got to sell out and stuff and write like a radio rock pop punkish song. But
mm,
then she's like, but actually, we're just gonna write songs that we actually like. Like, I guess Lemon was more supposed to be like, I forget what artist. It's not supposed to be like a like sellout song. It's just music that they like. 'Cause it's seven people in this band, and it seems like
wow.
they all kind of like contribute their own like what they're interested in. So, I mean, this is a it's chaotic. It's ADHD.
Yeah,
It's
I love
everywhere,
that.
but it's awesome. I love this album. I think this is probably the best Callous Daoboys album. So this has me excited. I wouldn't mind seeing him live. And I do think it'll still probably make my list at some point at the end of the year. Probably not
Hell
top.
yeah.
We still got a lot of year left, but yeah.
That would be a great text tone.
What?
Auga, 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 auga. Oh, it's so ridiculous, dude. I love it.
Yeah. Check it out.
Yeah,
I Don't Want to
I'll
See
have
You
to
in
check it
Heaven
out.
by the Callous Daoboys. Check it
Oh
out.
yeah.
But yeah. Um, we have a couple other albums to talk about. Um, we also have this Full of Hell EP kind of mini album, Broken Sword, Rotten Shield. Um, I love Full of Hell, uh, but I feel it's a little weird that they've already coming out with this when they just came out with an album last year. This one's
Hmm.
okay. It feels a little bit more experimental. There's still some like typical um, Full of Hell stuff, but this one just didn't really land for me. What was your thoughts on this one?
I thought it was pretty badass. I kind of liked how they played with some of like the wavy stuff, like the techno type stuff.
Hmm.
It was interesting. I don't know if they've done that previously. I've never really heard Full of Hell do like the electronics like that, but I don't know. I'm not really familiar with the band's discography other than, the chaos that I heard, and I've kind of dodged them ever since. But this one I actually liked. I thought it was pretty cool and kind of more palatable, um, in my opinion. But
I gotcha.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Have they done like the synth stuff, like the electronic stuff in the past or no?
they have, but it's been usually mostly like an industrial kind of tinge. Like
Mm,
especially I remember specifically with like I think it's either Black Rainbow or Rainbow Coil, something like that. It's off of the Weeping Choir album, but they do incorporate from time to time, and it's usually like almost like a Nine Inch Nails kind of vibe when they do it. because the
Hmm.
vocalist is the one who also does like the synths and keys. So
Oh, okay.
whenever, but most of the time he doesn't like to, it doesn't seem like he doesn't want to have that be like a big thing in the band because obviously he wants to go crazy and spaz out while he screams. But yeah, it's been
Huh.
there ish. Just not super pronounced.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's Broken Sword, Rotten Shield by Full of Hell. Check it out and check out all of Full of Hell because Full of Hell's awesome. They're awesome. But yeah. Um,
Nice.
Up next we have Angst by the
Hmm.
band Gut Rectomy. What was your thoughts on this one?
Is it gut rectomy or is it gutterectomy?
I don't know. I'd assume Gut Rectomy.
Interesting. I wonder, is this even a term or is it like a made word? One of the
I don't
rectomy
know.
words. Hmm. Anyways, I don't know, man. I kind of got annoyed as shit listening to this after too long. I wanted to like it. Like I dug the tunage, the riffage, music, but like something about the vocals just really just kind of pissed me off. I don't know. I kind of got annoyed. I was like, I'm done. Even though like there's some great song titles, and I really wanted to make it to the final song, Atomic Ass Torpedo, but I was kind of over the sound, so I moved on. Yeah, what
I
do you think of
gotcha.
it, man?
I didn't mind it. I do feel like this was a bad playlist. I feel like this is a terrible day for them to pick for to release this album when Larcenia Roe just released on the same day. And I also think it was a poor choice to have a Crown Magnetar be a guest vocalist because really, when it comes to these vocals, it makes me think of both Larcenia Rowe and Crown Magnetar, but Gut Rectomy is like the weakest of those three. So I feel like they have that against them, but but I still think it's a pretty good album. I want to say this is about my after Callous Daoboys and Larcenia Rowe. This would be another one of the ones I listen to more and more. I do like the Kyle Medina from Body Snatcher feature on Carnage and Despair.
You
But
fucking weak piece of shit.
I love that.
Once I heard, I had a feeling I was just like, no way, is this a fucking body snatcher feature? It's
Hmm.
like, holy shit, this dude does it on every fucking song.
It's that tough guy shit. It's what Body Snatcher does.
Oh
But
man,
but
it's so funny.
yeah,
Um, I mean, dude, it's heavy shit. It's pretty badass. I actually like the song Hollow Echoes a lot with Crown Magneters. Is that the ridiculous bass drop one though?
I
Is it
think
in
so.
that
But I
song?
feel like that happens a couple times on this album, and that was one thing I was wanting to bring up
Yeah.
is these. I because if I complained about it with what's their name, Crimson Armada, I have to be
Yeah.
consistent because
Yeah.
it was very noticeable in this band's release.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. It's same with Extermination Dismemberment. They're also on the list and guilty as hell. Yeah, it was excessive then, it's excessive now. It's so stupid, I think. I mean, I don't know. I just don't see anyone hearing that and be like, and they're just like, oh my God, so bad. It's like, I don't know. Maybe,
I think
maybe
it's
some in
cool
someone's world.
live. It's cool
Yeah.
live,
Maybe.
but I don't think when it comes to the studio album, it's necessary because it makes you can tell everything's quieter until that reverb is done. Then all the volume comes back in. Is like, okay, I guess
Yeah.
I guess we're just like everything is second to this bass drop we're about to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty funny.
But yeah, that's this new album, Angst by Gutterectomy. I don't know the pronunciation of it, but yeah, check it out. It's called Angst. And then you can
Oh
also
yeah. It was crazy, man. Yeah, because it's always like jin, 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 and then like the like the volume just comes back. It's so ridiculous. Oh, I can't hear you. You bass dropped yourself. You bass dropped yourself out of the conversation. Jeff, no, I can't hear you. Jeff still is not recovered from the bass drop. Oh God, did you ruin
Can
your
you hear me
mic?
now?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. Okay, you're
Okay.
back.
Sorry, the bass drop was still going over here.
The
But
quake of
that's
bass was still unrelenting.
but that's the thing is that when it comes to the those super bass drops, it's literally just a computer button, and to make it sound even cooler, all you do is stretch it out.
Yeah,
If oh my god, this bass drop is slower.
yeah, it's pretty funny.
But anyways, enough was dropping the bass. Here's a band that doesn't drop the bass, and that is this band called Pelican. This is
Hmm.
a band that is uh, I kind of loved back in my high school days. In fact, I even had one of their songs on a school music project. We had to make a album for if the book we read turned into a movie, we had to make like a soundtrack for it. So I put a Pelican song on there.
Oh,
So
nice.
this is a band that I'm glad to see them back. This is this new album called Flickering Resonance, and listening to this, um, it's not bad. But I think when it
Hmm.
came to me, I was really only into the super heavy, like not really, it wasn't super heavy, but the heavy parts to where Pelican, I feel like kind of plays both ends, like they're progressive, more post metal. Sometimes they're heavy. So I
Hmm.
think going into this, I didn't really have that mindset, but I will say this wasn't a bad album. Indelible has some good parts. Pining Forever. This is good, like music to have when you're working on something, and you'll enjoy it the entire time. Also, keep in mind this is also an instrumental band, so
Hmm.
but I didn't mind it too bad. But it's not something I would seek out multiple times. But I do like Pelican, so I gotta give it a little bit of that extra thumbs up. So, what were your thoughts on this album? Did you check out this one?
I did, and I liked it. I mean, it's got some sludge in there, some grunge even, like the post metal. I definitely got those vibes too. I was honestly kind of missing a vocal though. Like, I'm not big on Pelican. I've never really listened to them. I don't know them really. I can't say I've listened to an album. This is the most Pelican I've listened to. But I liked it. It's not that I didn't. I just feel like it could probably use vocals. I'm kind of surprised, they don't have a vocalist, but I guess, this is the route, this is what they want to do. That's fine. But I mean, in comparison to other metal bands, I just think that it's real kind of lackluster, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just they're just a different thing, kind of
Yeah.
is my assumption of it. But yeah, man, I mean it's good tunes. It is definitely easy listening. Like you said, it's good music to throw on and get something done, listening to something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was cool. I do
Yeah.
love the album. The album cover like colors. I thought that's awesome. Kind of like the
Yeah.
purple and the blue.
Yeah. One thing
Just
about
kind of like
Pelican
a
that I do
theme.
like, because I remember they used to do this a lot back in the day with their old music videos, is they kind of play into that whole they had music videos for. So the album I got into was City of Echoes, and the music videos for those albums, it was always like a different scenario, different setting. Like the band was playing somewhere, like the song "Dead Between the Walls" are out in the desert, and the entire music video is the vocalist trying to get to the band in time, and then he gets there and the band's done. So I always loved that.
That is pretty good. That's funny. I like that.
Yeah. Check out Flickering Resonance by Pelican, especially if you have some homework to do. Just put it on. I listened to this while I was editing. It was great.
Mhm.
Um, Up next, we have a couple albums from the Avant Void Facebook group. So these are just kind of like
Okay.
these can be anything. I don't know what it's going to be until I put it on.
Ooh.
So we are going to start off with this Scar Set Rebellion, Flesh Against the Void. And wow. Uh Crazy is another again, it's just the theme of this week's playlist. I was not expecting a death metal band who kind of has almost a little bit of a morbid angel sound when it comes to their vocals, mixed with some like 90s rave style techno thrown in there. Like every now and then I thought like, wow, this could have been in that scene from Blade with all the vampires and, and the blood
Yeah.
coming down. What was your thoughts on this album?
I, pretty similar pretty similar response. It's yeah, it really threw me off. I had no idea what I was listening to. And I would not have expected these elements to mesh, but somehow I feel like this band does it.
hmm
Um, Something makes me think that they're European. Maybe they're
I
not,
could see that. I'm
but
not sure, but I could see it.
yeah, I don't know. I like the elements that are there.
hmm
And I actually listened to a lot of this album. I definitely think there's some weird stuff here and there. Like I want to say some weird screams really put me off. But it was a cool, interesting ride.
hmm
And yeah, man, I don't know. I didn't hate it. So yeah, I thought it was kind of cool. I really liked One Lonely Soul. I thought that was kind of a cool track. But yeah, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was interesting for sure.
Also, the song Orgasm Disillusion, because I want to say that even starts off with like
Yeah.
the weird sample at the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely make it known that there's an orgasm there. So,
But yeah. Yeah, it was a interesting, but like you said, it does seem to work. Uh
mhm.
so yeah, check out Flesh Against the Void by Scarset Rebellion. Check it out. Um then lastly we have Anthropomorphia with their new album Devoid of Light. What was your thoughts on this one?
I dug it. I did not listen to this one as much. I just really didn't have the time. I was kind of time limited, but I dug what I heard. What about you?
Yeah, so I would say this is so everything was kind of crazy in its own. Every album, every all the songs and all the albums on this week's playlist were crazy in some way. I will say though, this is probably the one that stuck out the most. As this was not crazy at all. It felt very just kind of bare, like this is just
Bare
straightforward
bones.
death metal. Yeah, very bare bones, very like you know what you're getting into. So
Hmm.
that I don't know threw me off. But that's not to say it's bad or I didn't like it or anything like that. It's just I wasn't in the vibe for it, but I mean it's good. It's just straightforward death metal. I mean that's about really all I can really say about it. It's not good or bad. It's very middle of the road for me. I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion on it.
Well, I mean, the structure of these playlists, it's really kind of hard because, like you said, once you're in the same group with all these other crazy ass bands dropping this crazy shit, it's like,
hmm
I mean, there's some factor of like listening to the craziest thing that you've heard and then listening to something else and it's just not there. It's kind of, I don't know, it just doesn't grab attention as much.
hmm
Not that it has to be crazy, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really know where I'm going.
Yeah, I felt like I probably should have listened to Pelican before listening to this. Kind of like a palate cleanser. I feel like Pelican would be a good palate
Yeah,
cleanser.
yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. I don't really that's about all I had to say about that album. I don't really have much. I think I listened to this once like, yeah, I think I get the gist. But yeah.
Mwah, mwah.
But yeah. That's it for this week's playlist. Was there any new music that we missed that you wanted to go over?
Um, no new music, but I was thinking we go through these playlists like hotcakes and literally give albums a week of mention. So I think it's important to go back to oldies and
Mm-hmm.
to bring up bands that maybe we've been re-listening to. So I wanted to shout out um this band Lowen, and I've talked about this song before, but The Seed That Dreamed of Its Own Creation, that riff's been repeating in my head. I've been listening to that a lot, and Shadow of Intent, Feeding the Meat Grinder, badass song, and Dissonant Seepage, Ancient Pestilence Reborn. Still on that one.
So how is it Lowen? How do I say it?
Yes.
How do I spell it?
Lowen, Lowen.
Wish him a happy anniversary.
It's your anniversary? I think I did see that. Happy anniversary.
Yesterday was. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Mazel tov. I think I
Mazel
did. I
tov.
forgot all about it. Did we cover Lowen? Or is this one of those?
I know I mentioned it on the
Okay.
show, um, but I don't know if it dropped and we covered it on a playlist or not. But yeah, man, it's an awesome riff.
I gotcha. Yeah, you said sorry, Danny came in. She just got home. But yeah, you said Shadow Intent, Lowen. Who was the other one?
Dissonant Seepage, Ancient Pestilence Reborn.
Was that the one with
Still,
the crazy?
still on that one hard. Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I've been doing a little
Any,
bit of that, but not as much. I've been getting back into Fulci.
mm,
Um,
that's a fun one.
both the duck face killings, but also today I listened to Tropical Sun. That was the one you said sounded
Yeah.
like Dead Island. Yeah, because I'm just kind of excited for that Cannibal Corpse show. It's like, I gotta see
Yeah,
Fulci.
dude.
Gotta get some
Honestly,
Fulci merch.
Fulci has a great discography. They are a
Mm-hmm.
band I have delved into and literally liked every album. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they got a great sound, dude. Really dig that band.
Yeah, that band, and then also I re-listened to today, and it's still probably gonna be either my number one or top five for the album of the year so far. But that is, I re-listened to Gold Star by Imperial Triumphant again today. It's
Nice.
it's
Wow.
still awesome.
Still on repeat for you? Now, are
Yeah,
you
I
going
listen.
to single tracks or are you going to through the whole album?
You can kind of do both. Today I was listening to it all the way through, and it still flows so great. Because I my headphones died at work, so I just had it in my cubicle just playing. Some IT guy comes and works on the computer next to me. He's like, he's already hearing it, so I might as well just let it go. But then it got to the song New York City, which is where it's just the giant loud scream for a minute. It's like, okay, I think I'll stop there. But
Oh, it's so funny.
yeah, even the song, I think it's called Gold Star, which is just like a minute long, like early like 30s like commercial Gold Star like that. Like I love that. It's just the whole vibe change.
Full
But
vibes.
yeah, it just adds to like the whole theme of the album. So I like that. So will
Yeah.
probably be a top album for me.
Hell yeah. That's cool. I'm thinking that the way this Cryptopsy singles are going, it's probably gonna be up there for me.
Hell yeah. That comes out. Is that next month or is that July that comes out?
Let me take a gander.
How was the photo shoot? That's good.
June
I'm
20.
so tired.
Ooh, so exactly a month from today.
Yep. 30
You
days.
go to daycare in the morning, right?
Yeah, yeah.
They got some
Not.
sick looking merch, dude.
Tuna.
Yeah, I've been debating on that, but I've also been debating on Shadow of Intense merch.
Ooh, yeah. Theirs looks pretty
Hmm.
sick too. Man.
Yeah. Yeah. Should we move on to metal news?
Metal news.
Yeah, let's do so.
Metal news.
That's all. Do we have news? What's happened in the metal world lately?
I do have some news. It's not a band that I really know, but I saw it, so I figured I might pass it along. Let me get this band's name and the person's name. Just a second. Here we go. So it was announced. So Metal Inject in I can't. Metal Injection posted this,
There
published
you
this
go.
story today. The vocalist for Dropout Kings, Adam Ramey, died today, at 32. So,
Mm,
uh, metal news. I'm not aware of this band, but um, I'm sure they have a huge fan base. So if you're a fan of that, sorry for that, and also sorry for his bandmates and family. Um, Only 32, 2 years younger than me. I think 2 years younger
yeah,
than you as well.
crazy. Yeah, crazy, man. I looked this one up too, and I kind of had to listen to him just because I saw he was only 32. I was like, oh my God, dude, it's crazy young. But I actually listened to a track and it was actually pretty cool. They're a new metal band, kind of do some like um poppy stuff here and there. I literally listened to one song, but the one song I did listen to was, oh my gosh. I can't even think of the title now. But I thought it was cool, man. Like they definitely had um their own vibes, kind of going rogue was the track of this, but it's got a pretty sick beat to it. They do some like rapping and stuff in it also, but yeah, man, gone too soon, dude. Crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Sad day.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. Other topics. I did see today, Blood Incantation has announced a tour, another Absolute Elsewhere tour,
Oh, wow.
coming near here twice. There's a St. Louis date and a Granada Lawrence date with
Ooh.
Callous.
Oh, wow. That's pretty sick.
Hmm. So it would be cool because I guarantee they're probably playing. Because I listened to that album again all the way through today. Hopefully they're playing Elsewhere all the way through,
In
which would
its
be
entirety.
awesome. Yeah,
That would
because I
be
feel like
tight.
you can't just play if you're touring that album, you have to play the whole song or the whole album. Can't really get around that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, the only
Yeah,
thing
no
that
doubt,
sucks
man.
though,
Yeah, that album, epic.
it's Tuesday for Lawrence and a Monday for St. Louis.
Oh, jeez. Wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
freaking brutal.
yeah,
Bummer.
yeah. Um, Other than that, and I already talked about the Lorna Shore tour that got announced. So that's all I think I got for new releases.
Yeah, that's that tour, man. That's still stacked. We should recap that. That was Lorna Shore with
Black Dahlia Murder.
Shadow, Black Dahlia Murder, Shadows of Intent, and
And
Pale Flesh.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah,
Actually,
that's an awesome tour. And I think that date's gonna be on a Friday,
yeah, I
the one
do.
that's close to
No,
us.
it's a Sunday, I want to say.
Oh, really?
I want to say I marked it on my calendar.
Oh, well, shit. Is it Kansas?
No, St. Louis. Chesterfield, it's at the factory.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah,
So
that's right. Duh.
it's gonna be an awesome show. sick venue. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. But that reminds me, you bring up Black Dahlia murder. I saw a video of, and we talked about last episode of
Oh yeah.
Guy Kowalski. I don't know how to pronounce that guy's name from the Red Chord doing vocals for Black Dahlia murder. Did you watch that video?
I did, and I've watched some others of him doing Black Dahlia and me likey. Yeah,
Hmm. It's a
right.
different vibe, but it does. I do think it works, but I did see a lot of people complaining, and I get why they're complaining. But at the same time, he's not trying to be Black Dahlia murder. It sounds like he's
Yeah.
just doing. He's
He's
doing a
he's bringing the
blunt.
yeah, he's bringing the Red Chord party to Black Dahlia. It's
Yeah.
whether the people like it or not. But I don't see how you couldn't like that, man. I think it sounded sick. I watched
Hmm.
Miasma.
Yeah.
They do Miasma video, so that was tight. But
Yeah. I think I watched the one where he did Statutory Ape,
ooh,
and
that's
that
awesome.
was a good.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the video you sent me? Because the one that you sent me, I could not tell what song that was.
And that was the same video. It was like a couple seconds from each song. I think each song, because I couldn't tell the first couple songs. It wasn't until
Oh,
Statutory Ape, like as soon as that riff came in, it's like, oh, and then he
oh, is
starts
it like
singing
a
like,
mashup video?
yeah, because you'll see like it kind of transitions between songs, so you'll see like hand slowly fade
Oh,
away, and it's like, oh, here's another
oh,
song from
okay.
the set.
See, I went on YouTube and watched. It was like the whole Miasma song, but
Okay.
yeah, because there's a ton of videos that have surfaced since that show's been performed.
Yeah. Although I watched it, I think on Facebook, and there's obviously a couple bots like, oh, it's not even the real band anymore. Oh, they might as well just call it quits. No original members. Blah blah blah. I was like, it's he's only
It's
here
so
for this
stupid.
show.
Yeah, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, those have got to be total bots. I mean, it's I don't know.
Well, that's the thing. I know we've talked about it a lot on this show, but I didn't actually looked it up. Apparently, we're talking about something that's already an actual topic on. It's on Wikipedia. It's called dead internet theory.
Oh,
To
really?
where the internet's actually dead. Most of your interactions with people, unless you know them personally, most of those aren't real. Most of the stuff you see on
Wow,
Facebook and all your social media is not real. It's
that is crazy.
engagement farming and bots.
It's so scary. It's weird.
It also makes you think, is that also another way to like manipulate people into thinking certain things, or that,
Oh,
oh, I'm not the
sure.
only person? It's
Yeah,
just more
it's you gotta
manipulation.
feel, yeah, fucking feel their anger, man. Make them more
Hmm.
pissed off than what they should be.
Hmm.
It's
Or think,
crazy.
man, people actually think this way, blah, blah. Look at all these people saying this stuff, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, yeah, that's nuts.
Because I guess what I was reading from the dead internet theory, I guess they were saying it's been dead since like 2017 or something like that.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. I just imagine like 60-year-olds just getting in so many fucking fights every day.
Oh, I love my dad, but he told me something and I looked it up and I couldn't find it anywhere except for some clickbait like fake article on Facebook. And it was uh that Andy Reid was suing Sean Payton for some comment he said in a press conference accusing him of
Oh, I haven't seen that. Yeah.
like not real.
Yeah, no way. There was I've seen other ones too where it's like it's literally it shows it like it's Mahomes's quote, but he's it I think I shared it on my Facebook years ago, but he's just like it looks like an interview with him and Tom Brady and he like quotes what he says like, "Oh, I told him it's time to call it quits." And yada 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 and all these like curse words and shit that obviously wasn't real. But I know that there's people out there that buy that shit
Hmm.
and eat that up and think it's so true.
I've been loving I I know people still are falling for it, but there's like these AI press conferences, and it usually has like a watermark that says like this is not real, this is 100% AI. But it'll have like someone doing a press conference, like it'll be like Patrick Mahomes, like, yeah, the other team they came out there, but I just said fuck them, I'm gonna slap their booty cheeks, and just like
Yeah.
stupid stuff like that. But I guarantee
Yeah,
there's people who believe it. I don't know. I love those fake press conference AI interviews. They're hilarious.
they are. Yeah. I think they're great too. But yeah. Yeah, that there's older folks probably buying that stuff.
Yeah. Although, so back to the dead internet theory, according to Facebook, it's still considered a conspiracy theory, but I don't like we know it's all, especially
Yeah.
on
Like,
Facebook especially is all
dude, all you gotta
fake.
do is like click the name. Click the name
Hmm.
and see that they only have fucking 10 friends and that
Hmm.
they just started their Facebook in 2025. You know what I mean? It's so easy.
Yeah.
And it's like, and the only interaction they have is, especially if their profile's some chick with her like tits pushed together, and they just got guys on there. Hi, will you please date me?
Or even like
It's
talked about last week, like Oceano posting the tour announcement and people asking questions that's all literally right there in the post. Like, well,
yeah,
what day are you coming to this place? Well, what venue this one at? It's like it's all right here. You are not a real person.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's crazy.
Just a second, I gotta piss real quick.
All right.
All right. All right. Are you do you want to
That
talk
was
a
a
little
really
bit more
quick pee.
about well, it's just like 12 feet that way. Um,
Just in your
do you
cup
want
over there.
just in my piss bag?
Piss jug. Piss jugs on deck.
Ooh, who was I hearing? There was like some super rich, famous person back in like 30s or something, or 40s or 50s, somewhere around there.
I
And
love that
he,
piss jugs reminded you of something.
no, this guy went crazy and like stopped going outside. And I guess they discovered him after he was dead. His whole like mansion filled with like piss jars that he was like pissing in.
What the hell, man? That's crazy.
I forget who his name was. He was like some famous, super rich guy.
Wow.
Now it's gonna drive me crazy.
Let's
It's not
ask
important.
AI. Who was pissing for years and kept their piss jugs?
Just a second. I'm gonna do a Google prompt.
Who
Famous
was
guy
rich and
with
pissing
piss
in
jars.
jugs?
Famous
Howard
guy with piss
Hughes
jars. Is that it?
says, according to Howard Hughes, The Secret Life by Charles Higham, book 93. Or wait, I don't know. Him? I don't know. He had a
Wait,
team of
Howard.
engineers work around the clock to design a more comfortable
Mm-hmm.
bed for him in moving sections with an aperture and a pipe to conduct out urine and feces.
Yep, that's him.
What?
Howard Hughes.
What the fuck?
He was a famous like inventor.
Wow.
So yeah,
Interesting.
let
Fish
me go
jug, man.
down. He did a lot, but this is what he's boiling down to on this podcast. He's the piss jar guy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Solving problems one at a time.
no, I don't care about all his inventions. I want to go down to when he went crazy. Come on. Connection. Here we go. Physical and mental decline. Here we go. This is where it gets exciting. He had OCD. Well,
He had connections to Richard Nixon and Watergate.
in 1957, he told his aides that he wanted to screen some movies at a film studio near his home. He stayed in the studio's darkened screening room for more than 4 months, never leaving. He ate only chocolate bars, chicken, and drank only milk and surrounded by a dozen boxes of Kleenexes that he continuously stacked and rearranged. He wrote
What the
detailed
fuck?
memos to his aides, giving them explicit instructions never to look at him nor speak to him unless spoken to. Throughout this period, he sat fixated in his chair, often naked, continuously watching movies. When he finally emerged in the spring of 1958, his hygiene was terrible. He had neither bathed nor cut his hair or nails for weeks. This had been
What
due
the
to
hell?
allodynia, which results in pain response to stimuli that would normally not cause pain.
Wow.
That's like just one of the beginning paragraphs. He goes down to a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, crazy guy. Look him up.
Wow. Holy shit, man.
Yeah,
Sweet.
Howard Hughes, piss jar guy.
Shout shout out to that guy.
Yeah. It's getting kind of late. You want to get into this final section? The
Sure.
So if you want to pull up those two bands I sent you
Okay.
over to. Um
Okay. Let me
so this
see
is going to be
here.
a blind reveal about why I'm bringing these two bands up. So which one are you playing first?
Okay. So I just clicked this here, and this brought me to a band called Race Trader, all one
Mm-hmm.
word.
Yep.
And it looks like some ISIS lettering on an album cover. Um, w- uh, I guess I'm looking at the album of 1998, Burn the Idol of the White Messiah.
Yeah,
Am I
just
listening to
check it.
this?
Yeah, just
Or,
check not the whole thing, just do a couple seconds of like a song, just to get a feel for what this band is.
okay. Okay. I'm listening to
You get
Path to Misery.
all right. What are you hearing? What does this sound like to you?
Sounds like chorish, kind of grindcore-ish.
Okay.
Um, um, kind of some cool riffage.
Okay.
Um, let's just
Okay.
kind of
Cool.
chorus screams.
Okay. Kind of like probably evident for the era because it's like that late 90s.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Now if you want to move over to the other band, Arma
Okay.
whatever it is.
Let's see here. I'm clicking on this one. This is Arma Angelus,
Mm-hmm.
where sleeplessness is rest from nightmares.
Yep. And if you want to do the same thing for this band.
Okay. First track I'm listening to, an anthem for those without breath and heart. Kind of like the chorus screams.
Okay. So what genre would you
Kind
say
of,
this is?
kind of, I would say that this is more kind of metalcore-ish. Is what
Okay.
this is reminding me of. Um, More metalcore than the last one.
Okay. The
If
other
I'm
one would you say
comparing the
maybe
two.
like kind of metalcore, grindcore for Race Trader, you would say?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Also, just a forewarning, since everyone's probably hearing this name, Race Trader, this is a this is a band that is like an anti-racist band. Although they lean very far left and have actually gotten some in trouble for some of their lyrics, not for like racial reasons, but like the extremity of what they're talking about and some of their stuff. But
They they themselves are not racially motivated. Is what you're saying.
yes, yes, the name is supposed to be like uh a kick towards the people who actually care about race trading or stuff like that,
Mm.
betraying race or whatever, stupid stuff like that. That's the that's the point of the name. It's not a I'm not sending a white power band over to Silas to check out.
I was wondering
Any,
what you were what you were putting me in the
no,
hot seat over here for.
no, but
You're like, do you love it?
do you support it? No. So here's so those bands in mind. Here's where it's gonna get interesting. Those two bands are filled with members. There's a little bit of crossbreeding in. Those
Okay.
members go on to form a very famous band for our childhood, and they are still around today, still super popular.
Can I take a guess?
Yes.
Um, Under Oath?
This is Fallout Boy.
Oh wow, really?
Yes.
No way.
This is
Wow.
Fallout Boy.
It's crazy. No shit.
They started off in bands like this. Like they were all in a bunch of bands, but pretty much all like this centered. Like so I'll look it
Holy
up
crap.
of who's in what. I want to say almost all of them were in Race Trader near the end.
Huh.
But or Agma, it's one of the vice versa. Also Agma, that other band, the second band,
Arma Angelus.
that also has Tim Mikoroth from Rise Against.
Oh, okay.
But
Interesting.
here, let me look it up. Race
Fallout
Trader.
Boy, huh?
Yep. So Race Trader had Pete Wentz and Andy Hurley in it. So both the bassist and drummer. And
Wow.
Arma Agnalis
And
had. Go ahead.
it looks like they just had a release in 2023.
Yeah, they got back together because I guess Race Trader was actually like a pretty prominent on the underground at that time.
Hmm.
So they came back and did some stuff recently. Arma Angelus had all the members of Fall Out Boy at one time. Had Pete Wentz, Andy Hurley, Patrick Stump, and Joe Troman. And I want to
Wow.
say a member of Harm's Way,
Oh, wow.
J Jacentic. Cetic.
That's crazy. Yeah, I would have never guessed. I would have just gone down all the early 2000s metalcore bands. My next
Yeah,
guess was going to be Evergreen Terrace.
I could see that kind of progression. Yeah,
Yeah.
Patrick Stump and I want to say so. Patrick Stump and the drummer, I want to say Andy Hurley, were more in like grindcore bands growing
Huh.
up. And I want to say
That's
Patrick Stump was
crazy.
actually originally a drummer. Um, but when Fall Out Boy started, I guess they had a singer. He left, and P Wentz is just like, Patrick, just sing. I have another drummer buddy. He'll drum, and that's how what Fall Out Boy has become now.
Wow. Damn, what a turn of events. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that would
Wow.
all that would explain why they, because I want to say they came out with a EP that was kind of more hardcore punkish, not like that level, but I can see why they're also friends with like a lot of the heavier bands. Because I want to say uh Keith Buckley from Every Time I Die at the time. It was his birthday, so they had him come up on stage and they sung him Happy Birthday and had him do a cover of Pantera's Walk. It's like it kind of makes more sense of why they have these connections with like these more
Huh.
metalcore and like hardcore bands. It's because they were
Interesting.
rooted in that.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, I never realized that Harm's Way has a connection to Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, yeah, would not have guessed that. Wow. That is crazy. So that just goes to show you that uh you can change your name and still be successful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
yeah. That's all I
Cool
have. I mean,
factotum in
yeah,
death metal daddy history.
yeah. Not really death metal related, but musical, getting into the underground and the roots and the stuff. I know we
Yeah.
ended ultimately ended up at Fall Out Boy, which is like anti-death metal, but
Should
I
we
mean,
do a Discog ranking?
a Fall Out Boy. Let's do it right now. Um, but yeah, that's all I found that out from another podcast. I think it's like the emo night one or whatever. So, but they didn't really go into specifics. So I went and started doing my research. Like, oh, I want to bring this up because it blew my mind.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that is really cool though. That is very interesting. I just now saw this video that you sent me. Looks like it May 15th, so like last week, peeling flesh. I don't know, for some reason I didn't get this video, but
Oh
I
yeah,
guess
I
I'm gonna
think
have to
they
check that
debuted a
out.
new song.
Oh, nice.
Hmm.
Hell yeah. Damn,
Well,
dude, writing and touring at the same time.
yeah, Hell yeah,
That's
peeling
awesome.
flesh. We gotta go see him.
Dude, yeah, we do. They're so good.
Yeah, that's all I have. Do you have anything you want to add for this week?
I don't think so, dude. I think yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well then, I think it's time to plug, don't you think?
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Plug it up.
if you say so, then I guess I.
Oh, you turned your you bass drop too hard.
Oh, you can check us out on Facebook. You can check us out on Spotify. You can check us out on Apple Podcasts. You can check us out on Castbox or anywhere you really get your podcasts fix at. Whatever that is, if you could subscribe to us so that way we can let you know when release a new episode. You can also leave us a review. But yeah, check us out on Facebook, TikTok. You can check us out on YouTube. I need to get working on Discord, but when we do, you can check us out on Discord. But until then, you can also email us directly at deathmeldaddies@gmail.com. But yeah,
Correct.
until then, uh, Death Metal Daddy's out. What?
Auga, 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 auga.